Good morning dear children, welcome to this video, and in this video today we will discuss about the various aspects of an atom, and we will discuss about the atomic structure. So without wasting our time, let's begin our video. First, you should know what is an atom. Anything around you which occupies space and has mass is considered as a matter, right? So matter is made up of the smallest particle, and we call this particle atom. Atom is indivisible, and earlier it was known as Parmanu, right? So atoms of the different elements or the atoms of the same elements combine and lead to the formation of molecule, as well as further lead to the formation of compound. So now we know that the atoms are the building blocks of matter, and inside the atom there are present the variety of even the thinner particles, and these are electrons, protons and neutrons. These are also called subatomic particles, as these are present inside the atom, right? So now electron here is carrying negative charge, proton here is carrying positive charge, while neutron is electrically neutral. The number of protons present inside the nucleus of an atom is actually called its atomic number, and it is denoted by Z. Now number of proton are equal to the number of electron, means the number of negative charge will be equal to the positive charge. As a result, the whole atom is electrically neutral, whereas mass number is the sum of number of protons as well as number of neutrons, and it is denoted by capital A. So moving toward the element, an element is the simplest form of a pure substance which cannot be divided into any other simpler substances, and its example is oxygen gas, in which only oxygen particles are present, whereas a compound is a pure substance in which the atoms of two or different elements combine, but they combine in a fixed ratio. Here we can take the example of water, in which two atoms of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen and leads to the formation of one molecule of water. We all know that chemistry is the study of chemicals, right? So many of the elements were discovered time to time, and their chemical composition or their chemical reactions are studied here. So it was difficult to write their full names, so instead of writing the full names, certain short forms were assigned to these elements, and those are called chemical symbols, right? So earlier the some sort of pictures were depicted, and these pictures was assigned as the chemical symbol instead of writing the chemical name of the particular element. So in the diagram or in the picture alongside, you can see that many of the elements are present here, and their particular symbol is also written. John Dalton was the first scientist to propose the use of symbols to represent the atoms of the various elements, and he gave a Dalton atomic theory about this. It states that matter is made up of small particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Atoms of the same element are identical in mass and other properties, and also atoms of different elements are differ in their masses and properties. Later on, Sir J.J. Berzelius introduced the modern system of naming elements by their symbols. So some of the elements were given name as per the first letter of their name. Some of the elements were named on the basis of their first two letters, and some of the elements were named after their Latin name. Moving on to the atomicity. Atomicity is defined as the number of atoms present in a molecule of an element. So if an element is having exist in the isolated form, then we called it as monoatomic molecule, and its examples are helium, neon and argon. Whereas the diatomic molecules contain two atoms which are combined together, and its examples are hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and chlorine. In the triatomic molecules, three atoms are combined together and its example is ozone, whereas in case of tetraatomic molecules, four atoms are combined together and its example is phosphorus. Apart from these, there are certain elements which show many atoms are present, so we called them polyatomic particles, means that elements which exhibit more than 4 atoms, right? So we call them polyatomic particles. So today in this video we learn about what is an atom, what are the different particles present in an atom, and how what is the difference between element and a compound, the different levels of atomicity, and also the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. I hope that this short description will help you to understand all these concepts in a better way. Thank you so much.